from west to west up. Now we human being, we want human being because human being can take care of human being. Babu, you're not able to take care of that wakayebo. You're not able to lead the land at wakayebo. Usoja babu kan, babu kan, babu kan, koro babu kan, babu kan da natio, babu kan da natio, babu ene. Usoja babu kan natio, we get babu kan natio, koro babu kan natio. Once upon a time in the jungle, there lived so many animals mixed with human beings. During the days, the village was so peaceful. Everywhere that you go, everyone used to jolly and take their pay on time. After they realized everything was good, Baboon came one day and said he would become president. Majority of the youth went behind Baboon, and few people went behind Wakai. The headers of the time made a great mistake by even allowing Baboon to run for president. The citizens of the jungle were not satisfied, but for peace sake, they say like a Baboon some time. Oh Lord, oh God, that was the biggest mistake we never will forget. Baboon, you're not able to take care of that wakayebo. You're not able to pass the right that wakayebo. Usoja Baboon come, Baboon come, Baboon come, yeah, Baboon come, Baboon come and that's you. Baboon come and that's you, Baboon again. Usoja Baboon come dance you, we get Baboon come dance you, yellow Baboon come dance you. Baboon chop chop chop, Baboon can I get tired? Baboon chop chop yo, Baboon can I get tired? Baboon chop chop chop, Baboon can I get tired? Baboon chop chop yo, Baboon can I get tired? 25 billion, he chop it, 60 billion, he chop it. Now when he want shiny, why the other masses are dying? Now when he want shiny, why the other masses are dying? Where give the lama, where I got Peter, where Waten Wiswa, where Matthew Innes, where Bambutu, where the three brothers, the whole country, that's also cooking, the cooking, 100 million cooking. Babu can dance, and the people crying too much of your name. Babu can dance, and the people crying too much of your name. Too much girl in their system. When I want you, we want back. Too much girl in their system. When I want you, we want back. Waka why Babu wike una tie no that killing. Waka why Babu wike una tie no that stealing. You say a long time ago that Mr. Babu was very wicked. The way you say oh yeah, but now you know that love is wicked. So I said how they take it all what you're turning to Soko. All the small children there on the street just to make it. The whole country that zero nana una waka can rescue. The whole country that zero nana una waka can rescue. We know it's turning to reggae. What I want when I be easy. So waka and Babu will catch it who will see that who will make it. So waka and Babu will catch it who will see that who will make it. How you read my people I said a wicked. How you read my people I said a wicked. A wicked. A wicked. So Ghana Babu say they were rich. Okana Babu say they were rich. Wicked Babu say they were rich. Oka Babu say they were rich. They were rich. They were rich. Oh, they were rich. They were rich. They were rich. You agree for them to rich. They were rich. They were rich. They were rich. Let me know they were rich. They were rich. Oh, they were ho. They were ho. They were ho. Now you won't be there talking without talking about Babu. This challenge you won't be there control. Now Baka they want to run the country. Ha ha. So they're gonna see the year of redemption. Let's go one.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah. And I am Anthony C. and a pleasant welcome to Focus on Liberia. This is the Hour of Politics. And of course, this is the Tuesday's edition of the Hour of Politics. Welcome and welcome to today's edition. Do me a favor and please share the broadcast with somebody. It's game on. Game on. And it's game on. This is the political year 2023. We have three sides that are already been decided. We have the Weah and Joel Howard Taylor, that's the Propo team. And then we have the rescue team and we have the fixer team. And so it's game on, right? But hey, talking about game on, two of those sides have taken on each other in what seems to be a political battle. Welcome and welcome. And again, please share the broadcast. Please do us that favor and share the broadcast with as many people as possible. Share in the chat room, share with somebody. Come here and let us discuss the topic. Game on. The rescue team and fixer team take on each other. So, Frank Johnson is on the rescue team. He is supporting Joseph Yamamboakai. We know also that the running mate of Joseph Boakai was ushered into the hands of Joseph Yamamboakai, and Joseph Yamamboakai gladly accepted because he knows Frank Johnson has always delivered in, at least for sure, the last three presidential elections that we had. Most so in the second round. He supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf twice in the second round. Ellen would become president. He supported George Weah in the second round in 2017. George Weah will become president. So Boakai is saying, hey, I think Prince Johnson is the way to parachute to the executive mansion. And so he cared less. He had no second thought of who Prince Johnson has been, because he said, hey, Ellen did not listen to that 2 times, and she will become president and I will be the able lieutenant. So she showed me the way, I will follow that way. And when we didn't get Prince Johnson, what happened to us in 2017? We were defeated in a humiliating faction. And so I am going with Prince Yomi Johnson this time. So despite all of the possibilities and options that he had, the likes of Yumley, and long last, the likes of Costa really, but anyway, it was a discussion. And many other people whose names we heard, like Sarah Beslo Yanti, some people floated the idea of a Tiawon Gonglo. Joseph Yamamboakai will not go the way of any of the people that I name, who people felt that he could have chosen one of them. But lately in the game, when Prince Johnson came to him and Prince Johnson brought his son Jeremiah Cone, Joseph Boakai said there was an easy decision to make, for he has seen the pattern of Prince Johnson supporting a presidential ticket in the second round, at least 3 separate elections, and that side will win. And for Boakai, as an elderly statesman, some people say he's a wise man, he was able to make a wise decision this time. I'm asking a question. Did he? What we will find out at the end of the day. Hey, folks, I ask you to share the show. We are discussing game on. Rescue team and fixer team take on each other. So Prince Johnson now is on the Boakai's team. And as he will always do on the people in his church, he is at it again. This time, he takes the battle to team fixer. He has taken on the CPP, more so its political leader, Alexander Benedict Cummings. Frank Johnson is trying to explain to us that Joseph Boakai is the better side here and that his side gonna win. And so to increase the chances of his side, whoever he sees as an opponent, somebody or a team that might take away from his side, of course, that's the business of politics. You throw punches, you say things about others so that people can see them for who they are, hoping that it sticks. And then those people will decide not to vote for them and come on your side. Here is the thing that is also unfortunate in Liberian politics, but it's true though, that Liberians are more about who's going to win, who has the chance to win. And they are not more about who is a better leader, who can get the job done. I don't know, for some reason, I have observed that they don't pay attention to who can be a better representation of our country, who can provide a better leadership. I will find that person, I will find that ticket, I'll find that side and vote for that side. What I've always seen is, well, the person doesn't have a chance. Well, maybe the person doesn't have a chance because you are not putting your vote there. And it's more about popularity. Is this person known enough? Is this person popular enough? Does a person have a chance to win? Or because the person, it appears, is more popular and has a chance to win, so I will go with that side. And it is like also saying, I don't care whether or not that person will be able to deliver. What they decide to do later on is to hope that the person delivers. Earlier, we played a song. Excuse me here, folks. The song talking about the bamboo should come down. And the bamboo is not able to run the country. That is a political song that is being released now. It is a version of Monkey Countdown in the 2017 election that the CDC released. And that version talking about Monkey should come down, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of the Unity Party was being referred to as the monkey. And this monkey was wicked. And when you give the monkey the banana, the monkey will eat all the banana and will not share with anybody. That was the CDC political song, painting and depicting Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as a monkey that was wicked, who had obtained power and was using power to her own benefit against the displeasure, the dissatisfaction, and the happiness of the Liberian people. They painted that picture. And they said what Liberia needed at the time was a bamboo. And so who was that bamboo then? So it was obvious President George Weah now was that bamboo that was talking about who will come, who will be stronger. And it's obvious that they even gave in the name the country giant. So the bamboo now has been in power. The Unity Party side observes, and they have come to realize this bamboo, who has referred to them, especially their political leader, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, as the monkey, that bamboo is not doing the job. According to them, what they see, people are dying, there are no jobs, and so they are saying that bamboo should come down, and the one who can get the job done is former Vice President Joseph Boakai. And they are saying the one the Liberian people needs now is Boakai. Boakai will get the job done. Folks, are you following this beautiful story? So monkey was wicked, and bamboo could get a job done. And now we are hearing bamboo cannot get a job done. Is there any reason to believe now that Boakai will get the job done? Monkey couldn't do it. Monkey was wicked. We need a bamboo. Bamboo came. Bamboo now is wicked. And they are even saying, honor bamboo's leadership. Bamboo here representing President George Weah. People are disappearing. People are dying. They mentioned the name of Abba Peter, Gifty Laman, Bata Yuswa, George Fambutu, and other people who die under mysterious circumstances with no serious and conclusive investigation whatsoever. Do they have an argument here? Maybe they do. Maybe that is true. And some people know that to be true. And the records are there as well, I must say. So, wow. Monkey let us down. Babu let us down. And now Boakai, is he going to be up to the task? But why did Monkey let us down though? Monkey let us down because they said she was corrupt. Monkey let her down because Monkey was dancing with war laws and Monkey could not bring us the war crime court. And so Bamboo was coming and Bamboo would be able to bust the rock or the park canal for the Liberian people to have something to eat. And now Weah is here, and in no time he too has his own political romance or romantic relationship with warlords, giving them food, they being on his side. Even the very Prince Johnson will support that side as being a political godfather of President Weah. And the CDC that chanted for war crime code will not deliver the war crime code to the Liberian people. Despite they toting casted, sleeping in front of the embassies, the chairman of CDC, Mumba Molo, has the loud mouth. He was this war crime code giant and advocate. Where are they? This very Mumba Molo, who is the current chairman of CDC, had introduced Prince Johnson as CDC headquarters so many times. And in fact, I think it was a retreat or a presidential cabinet, something that they had in the County the other day. When President Weah picture and Prince Johnson picture were on the same banner, and they were touring a Prince Johnson University. Folks, we are here to remind you of these things because this is what we are committed ourselves to as a media institution. So why am I painting this picture? Because today, the son that brought President Weah to power is the son now the rescue team is using, and they are taking the fight to their opponents. But in this edition of the Hour of Politics, folks, we are talking about the rescue team through a preaching political actor, Prince Johnson, taking the fight to the fixer team of Edison Benedict Cummings. So why? What is going on right now between Team Fixer and the Team Rescue? Well, what we see is game on. It's a political fight now. They are taking it to Prince Johnson, and Prince Johnson was the first this time to fire on behalf of the rescue team in his church last Sunday. Prince Johnson was loud. He was tactical. His punches were sharper. The guy, he knows his thing. He is this player. For some reason, politicians in Liberia feel that they cannot do without him. If they must snatch the presidency, or in other words, if they must parachute to the presidency, Prince Johnson is the way. You know, my friend Comrade Jesus said, you know, I am the way, the light, and the truth. But in Liberia, when it comes to politics, the politicians are saying Prince Johnson is the way to the executive mansion. So Ellen Johnson Sally rode with him, and she entered the presidency twice. Joe Weah did the same thing. So why will Uncle Joe now, you know, look at that and say that is the way to go? But the surprising thing now is that this very Prince Johnson was clear when he was not on the Boakai side. Politicians, right? How Boakai was sick, how Boakai was not up to the task. This Prince Johnson, he went after Joseph Boakai viciously. 2017, when he was on the George Weah side. And this is the Prince Johnson who summons us. Now, because I don't know if this is true in any shape and form, that he and President Weah or the CDC, you know, have fallen off, and now he's going after them and describing the CDC regime as a murderer regime. Prince Johnson calling, you know, somebody, Mondo right here, folks. But let us bring it home. In his sermon, Prince Johnson went after the CPP standard bearer Alexander Benedict Cummings. He is accusing Prince Johnson of practicing what Prince Johnson, quote, said, gazing. I don't know where he got that word from. I believe from the word gay. In other words, he is accusing Alexander Benedict Cummings, the political leader of the CPP and the standard bearer of the CPP, as a gay. Prince Johnson had gone so low. But there's a history with Prince Johnson for his disdain for people he suspects to be in this act of gay, or that he sees as gay. This man, during the war years, executed people because he felt those people were gay. The tapes are here. So in his church, and Prince Johnson in his sermon continued that it was because of this sin act, this gay business, that brought down Sodom and Gomorrah. And so Prince Johnson is making the argument that because of what he thinks Alexander Cummings is, that he has a different sexual orientation. I don't know what he's saying is true or not. He believes that he is not the right person for the job. And Prince Johnson is trying to make us to believe if that same behavior led to Comrade Almighty God punishing Sodom and Gomorrah and breaking those places down through the act of destruction because of the sin that being carried on at the time, he is saying that maybe calamity will befall Liberia in the event where the CPP succeeds with Alexander Benedict Cummings in producing the president of Liberia. So he is now telling us politically, Mr. Cummings should not be the choice, and that the choice should be Bouaka. And now the Bouaka he viciously went after is the Messiah. Why? Because he has chosen Bouaka's VP. That's his son now. Jeremiah Kun is a political son. Jeremiah Kun is from his political party, the MDR. So Prince Johnson is at what he does best. Support his side. He goes after any other side that he sees a threat or that he wants to minimize so as to increase the chance of his side for his political dividend at the end of the day. Oh, he has chosen Kom, will he not ensure the one from his party to become the vice president of the country? The fear that many have is because Vice President Joseph Bouaka is of advanced age at a very substantial level. Biologically speaking, he might be experiencing fatigue, and more than likely in an event, God forbid anything happens, the one from his party, Jeremiah Kun, can't possibly become president of Liberia. When that happens, though, where you think Prince Johnson will be? I mean, this is his political product. Who can most likely become president should the Bouaka side win? Do you think Prince Johnson would not have so much to say in what happens in Liberia? He has been the godfather of Nimba County. He has had the say and control of Nimba County for over 18 years now. Every politician crawled to him. Every politician will bow to Prince Johnson because Prince Johnson has been the deciding political actor in Nimba County, trading votes to politicians. And so now, when he gets close to power. What makes you think he will not be deciding anything in Liberia? Because that has been his history now. So Prince Johnson went all out. He went all out. And Prince Johnson has said, people from the Southeast, power not good from those people, for those people from the Southeast. I don't know if any reason why people think this way. Some people believe Prince Johnson for this. So this very Prince Johnson is the one who slaughtered, Samuel Doe. I don't know how many persons have served as president in the Southeast that he knows, and how did it perform for which he came to that conclusion. At least we know Weah is from the Southeast. At least we know Doe was from the Southeast. At least we know also Old Man Todman is from the Southeast. And so Prince Johnson, because the one he supposed is not from the Southeast, he is reminding us that Doe was a bad leader, so I had to kill him. He came from the Southeast. Weah is from the Southeast, and he thinks and believes Weah is a bad leader. And I will say that President Weah is a poor leader. In fact, he is not a leader. President Weah is not a leader. That is a fact, in my opinion. I mean, what kind of person is president of a poor country who flies private jet when world powers, richer countries in Africa are not doing the same thing, who leaves the country for 48 days, who takes a 50-man delegation to China, who takes 100 and plus, members delegation to Russia, who will be taking so many people who made promises that he cannot fulfill. I mean, I can go on and on, but that is not the topic for today. So President Weah, in my calculation, as a Liberian, is not a leader. He's all about himself and enjoying himself on it. But that is for another day. So Prince Johnson has taken the fight to the CPP, to Alexander Benedict's Cummings. Prince Johnson is now the face of Boakun. That is the Boaka Cummings ticket. The Boaka Kun ticket. Prince Johnson is now making himself the face of the Boakun ticket, the Boaka Kun ticket. Don't forget, it was Prince Johnson who smartly announced that Boaka was picking Kun, and Boaka picked Kun at the end of the day. So he is now becoming the messenger. Boaka relaxes. Unity Party folks relax. Prince Johnson goes to war, and they cheer him on. But just a few days ago, they were crying wolf, criticizing Prince Johnson, calling him all manner of names when he was supporting President Weah. I want you to see these politicians for who they are. They will do anything, they will do everything, and accept any support for anybody, no matter who the person is, because at the end of the day, it benefits their ego politically. It is not about setting standards. It is not about morals. It is not about doing what is right. It is not about respecting the sanctity of the nation and folks who are hurting today as a result of the brutal civil war that we experienced. And the one who is being accused, who we saw, who played a destructive role, the man we all know is the one they will all dance with. Because at the end of the day, they know it gives them the opportunity to occupy power. Power is sweet, isn't it? And so others will do whatever it takes. No wonder why no standards in Liberia. No wonder why those who have been viewed are bad actors. No wonder why those who are corrupt are celebrated. What a country. Folks, you are watching the Hour of Politics. This is Focus on Liberia, where we educate, we elevate, and promote all things in Liberia. We promote all things Liberia. If you are just joining the broadcast, we ask you for one favor only. Please share the broadcast with somebody who your team must hear this message. It is the political year. 2023 is that year. We know for fact 4 men and not only 4 men, many people are running for president now. And it is our responsibility to help you dissect their tactics, the things they say, the things they said yesterday, and what they are up to. But mind you, one must be president at a time. Who will that person be? What will you be deciding on? Will your decision be based on the nastiest thing one says about the other? Or will it be based on your record? But let us get to the topic, because I love the topic. It's juicy. Game on. Rescue team and fixer team take on each other. So now that Prince Johnson has started the ball rolling, has taken the fight to the CPP, has taken the fight to Team Cummings or the team fixer. Team fixer is saying, we're going to fire back. We will not sit here for Prince Johnson to go on an attack and we play baby or we chicken out at the end of the day or right away. We will fire back. And so the CPP releases a press statement filled with all kinds of description that anyone will imagine. What do they have in their press statement? Is their press statement biting enough? Did they go after Prince Johnson? Well, Prince Johnson, on the Boaka side, has taken a fight to the CPP and he went straight for the leader of the CPP. Did the CPP in their statement go after the leader of the rescue team? We will find out in their statement. And so they released a statement. They have to fight back, because in their statement they said they are not going to sit by and allow anybody to defame the character of their standard bearer, Alexander Benedict Cummings. And they will not allow that to happen. And when anybody fire back, they will be decisive. And so let's see how decisive they are. And let us see how they are not in any shape and form hypocritical, double standard in their response that they have released in their statement. So in their statement, they refer to Prince Johnson as an unrepentant murderer. This CPP, this team fixer, Team Alexander Benedict Cummings, is telling us now that Prince Johnson is an unrepentant murderer. Should we believe that? Is that true? Is Prince Johnson unrepentant? I'm not sure he has repented. I'm not sure he has demonstrated remorse. Every time I have the opportunity to listen to Prince Johnson, as many of you do, Prince Johnson will put on justification that the people in Nimba were killed by Doe. And that is the reason why he got involved in the war. So your people were killed. And so the right thing to do, Prince Johnson argues, was to kill other people. So every time he's being confronted with his crimes or these allegations, Prince Johnson will give justifiable reasons why he had to do what he did. That is somebody who is not repentant. That is somebody who is unrepentant. Because when you know you have done wrong, especially to take away the lives of innocent people, you must accept that taking away anybody's life, it is unconstitutional and it's illegal. You don't have the right as an individual to take away anybody's life for any reason whatsoever. Nothing justifies that, but Prince Johnson would do that. So is the CPP, is Team Fixer right here to refer to Prince Johnson as an unrepentant murderer? So yes, for the sake of argument, we can say, yes, we saw Prince Johnson killing people. He's a murderer. I can say that, even though it remains allegation, but the tapes are there. We saw him. This man was killing people. In his own words, he said he killed the cancer robbers. He said he killed so many people. It is not something to debate. We saw him killing. One who kills is a murderer, period. Has he repented? Is he remorse about that? Of course not. He has not repented, and he is not remorse about that. But here is the question. When the Alexander Benedict Cummings get to know that Prince Johnson is an unrepentant murderer, when did the CPP get to know that Prince Johnson is an unrepentant murderer? When? That's the question we are asking. So if you call yourself a fixer, if you call your team the change team, if you are telling us you cannot be doing the same thing over and over and expect different result, and in fact, doing the same thing over and over is a definition of insanity, how dare you crawl in the middle of the night and went to the very Prince Johnson begging for his support? And now you turn around because Prince Johnson did not go your way or did not come your way. And it is now you want to tell us that he is an unrepentant murderer of the first author? And that message should be coming from you? The fact is, folks, Alexander Benedict Cummings, Team Cummings, this team that has turned to fixer now, had conversation with Prince Johnson, wanted the very Jeremiah Kuhn, who is now on the Boaka side. When they went to Kuhn, Kuhn told them, from what we have been reliably informed, that go to Prince Johnson and Alexander Benedict Cummings, the CPP, this team fixer, went to the Prince Johnson and they wanted his vote. They wanted his support. Because they didn't get that support, because Prince Johnson turns his political bazooka against them, now they know he is an unrepentant murderer. But you wanted that unrepentant murderer support and vote anyway. Did you not know this when you went to him? Or you knew? You wanted that vote anyway. So I don't know how this is supposed to be news to us coming from you. Do you not have better things to say? Will you not even take the fight to your opponents? And you are going after Prince Johnson? Is he that powerful? Oh, yes, he is. Maybe that's why you wanted him on your side anyway. How does that make you to look? Are you actually the fixer? Are you actually the change you preach? Are you actually doing things differently and not doing the same thing over and over? Is that how you fix things? Well, somebody might say, yes, that's how you fix things, right? When you're fixing things, you look for the old parts and put them together, right? Well, maybe that is their calculation, but folks, how is that different? How? So you want to fix things, you use the old parts, but then don't condemn the parts. You said these parts, though were old, were good enough. So you wanted them anyway. Because you didn't get them now, you felt that they were useful. You felt that Prince Johnson was useful. You felt that Jeremiah Kuhn was useful to your path to victory. And so you went after him to come on your side. Now you didn't get him. Now you tell us that, oh, that is a rotten part and all that. We see through that when you do that. What is that? Is that desperation? Desperation to get power at all costs? Disregarding standards? The name Prince Johnson terrifies his people in Liberia. The name Prince Johnson traumatizes Liberians. He killed their parents. I know of a Liberian sister who Father Prince Johnson killed. She is alive today. The name Prince Johnson traumatizes her. And you want to be the leader of our country, and the best you can do is to go for Prince Johnson. And now you didn't get it, you turn around and you tell us that Prince Johnson is an unrepentant murderer. When did you get to know that is the question I want you to answer? Maybe you can be truthful with that, and we'll see through you. Now, Team Fixer is saying Prince Johnson holds the vice presidential position of the opposition Unity Party. What is that? They are saying Jeremiah Kuhn is not a man of his own. He was handpicked by Prince Johnson and ushered into the hands of Joseph Yumambuaka. So they are saying if there is any vice president for the Unity Party, that is not Jeremiah Kuhn. In fact, Jeremiah Kuhn is only the face of Prince Johnson. And Prince Johnson is actually the vice presidential candidate or the running mate for Joseph Walker. Do they have a point? Somebody might think, yes, they do. Who is the one taking the fight to them now? It's Prince Johnson on the pulpit. Now they went further in their statement and describes Prince Johnson as a false prophet and cold-blooded murderer who murdered hundreds of Liberians. Mr. Fixer. Cummings now is the fixer we know him to be. Mr. Fixer. So you know that Prince Johnson is a false prophet? You know that Prince Johnson is a cold-blooded murderer who killed hundreds of Liberians? Did you not give the very Prince Johnson 25,000 United States dollars? Somewhere in 2017, there was a Ganta Accord. Mr. Fixer, you were at this accord, and you and Prince Johnson were raising hands. Did you not know? Because this man you are calling a cold-blooded murderer, the murders that you are talking about, he executed that during the war years, many years before the Ganta Accord. Did you not know that when you were in that political accord with him? You know, that is the thing with the politicians. And those who support them are not prepared to hold them accountable, to dissect these issues and bring clarity to these tactics by these politicians. And we will do, because we are for the nation Liberia. We are for standards. We are for accountability. There is always and always the right way. Using tricks and artifacts, using false tactics and pretense, being hypocritical to get your way through, throwing everything on the wall, hoping that it stings so that you can get what you want, has never, ever been the right way. Unfortunately, it has become the way of Liberia or in Liberia. And if you are preaching change, at least you should be the one to do things differently as you claim you would. But that is not the case. In their statement, Prince Johnson is a false prophet. And that is the false prophet you were dealing with. The false prophet was building a school and you say you gave him money. The false prophet, you went to him, you wanted his support. Though he was a false prophet. Who does business with a false prophet? Who does business with a cold-blooded murderer? Or wanted to do business with this person, and now that you didn't get your way, you are prepared to tell us who he actually is. You are not prepared to tell us the individual you have known him to be. In other words, you are telling us that man is a dangerous man. In fact, in their statement, they are saying Prince Johnson should not be nowhere near power in Liberia. And yet you wanted his support. And yet you empower him financially, $25,000. And we learned of this because it was Prince Johnson who exposed it for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. One can only wonder what other gifts that have been given to Prince Johnson that we don't know about. Of all of the things that you know about this man, in their statement, they refer to Prince Johnson that he's a murderous warlord who defamed the purpose of what, who defamed worship and defied the name of the Christian church. Prince Johnson has been preaching since he came to politics. If your argument holds any water, he has been defending the name of the Christian church. And he has been defying the purpose of worship. This man has used his puppet all the time to go after people politically that he disagrees with. It is now that you got to know that. You have known that all along. Have you been prepared to say it? No, you have not been prepared to say it because you have been politically quoting this Prince Johnson to come on your side. And because he has disappointed you, I don't know what the conversations were. One can only speculate. Maybe he wanted such a thing, and maybe that was something you were not prepared to provide. And so the discussion couldn't hold. So they went further to say Prince Johnson is always screaming hate-filled messages, lies against the standard bearer of the CPP, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. They went further by saying the Monderer, Prince Johnson, who is the Monderer, they say he has a murderous quest for the Liberian presidency, and that he has failed so many times to parachute himself or his way to occupying the presidency. They are saying this is his last chance, and he's doing everything. The reason he chose Kun for Bwaka, and Bwaka accepted, is more so that Prince Johnson will be a de facto president, and if anything happens to Bwaka, God forbid, Prince Johnson will become a de facto president. And that is why Prince Johnson is doing what they are doing. Wasn't that the same thing you are doing here? You're different, right? Well, they want us to believe that. They went further, that the bloodstained killer. So Prince Johnson is a bloodstained killer. This man is stained with blood. And yet, you wanted his support. And yet, you wanted somebody from his political party. And yet, you are preaching change. And even the change that you preach, we don't even see it yet. They went further and described Prince Johnson as a killer who should not come anywhere near power. This is the part that interests me most, though, from your press statement. And this one I'm going to put it on the screen for us to see. Bamboo should know the tree it rubs itself with. Read that for us, those who are watching. Bamboo should know the tree it rubs itself with. Can't you believe that? So out of a sudden, Thin Fixer know the tree Bamboo should rub itself with. So is it now you know? Do you not know this baboon? You are telling us now that Prince Johnson is the baboon. That it should know the tree it rubs itself with or it cleans itself with. Because if it attempts to clean itself with the wrong tree, it may get caught. Really? Were you not the one doing everything to get this baboon? Were you not wishing and hoping and doing everything to rub shoulder with Prince Johnson? Is it now that you know that he is a baboon? You know? So they are telling us bamboo should know the tree it rubs itself against. You know? So when did you get to know that? Did he not know when you gave him $25,000? Did he not know when you went to him to support you? Did he not know when you went to his godson, Jeremiah Cohn, to be your VP? Did you not know? Come on. So in their release, and I actually copied this from their release. This is how they wrote it. Bamboo should know the tree it rubs itself against. So that is what they are saying. So folks, when did they get to know that? And that is a very important question. Because if they have known this all along, then they should not have gone to him. And now that they didn't get him, they want to tell us that he's actually the baboon he truly is. And now they want us to believe them. This is how a fixer operates, right? That when you want to fix something, You look for defective parts that will not be useful, and then you fix a car. And that when you want to fix something, you will take dangerous path. Who is going to fix something that needed, or that is needed to be fixed, and there is urgency attached, and this fixer is doing everything because you are going on, this mission to fix something that is badly broken, and you must fix it within a time frame. And so you do not want to use a path that will not get you to your destination. You do not want to use that path because you want to get there on time so that you can fix it. So that when that thing is fixed, lives can be saved. So that there can be, there can be freedom, for lack of a better word. So that there can be breakthrough, for lack of a better word. And now you are going on this mission to fix something. You see a dangerous path, a road that is bad, and then you want to take that road when you know that road has not been a good road anyway. And so you decided to take that road. Now, when you fell flat on the ground, when you somersaulted, your feet went in the air, your face is covered with mud, and now you come to tell others that road a bad road, even though you knew the road was bad road anyway. What kind of fixer are you? Now you are you are yet to get to your destination, and you are crying wolf because it didn't happen. What kind of fixer are you? So, folks, there's a lot they put in your statement, but I just want us to see through it. Do they mean what they say? Are they saying everything they have to say now because they didn't get their way through? And if that is the case, how does that make them to look? Does that make them to be fixer? Does that make this side to be the change side? Does that make this side to be the side that does things differently and does not do things, same thing over and over and expecting different results? And in their press statement now, they are calling on the librarian, they're calling on Ambassador Joseph Yimam Boaka to condemn the provocation and veil attacks against the CPP by his political partner. So Boaka is your opponent, the top surrogate of Boaka, the person you said is a de facto vice presidential running mate to Joseph Boaka, is coming against you with attack, something that benefits Boaka. And now you are calling on Joseph Boaka to condemn his top surrogate, the guy who Boaka knows helped to make Ellen president 2 times, the guy we all know, or Boaka knows, helped to make Joshua president in 2017. This is the guy Boaka did not have on his side, for which he lost, and he got on his side now. The guy who has delivered Nimba for the most part in the second round to any person who won in the last 3 elections. Boaka has that person. Boaka needs the presidency. You say Boaka is desperate to be president. Boaka is getting the help that he ever needed. The help that has proven to have worked. Boaka has it. And that help is giving the help Boaka desperately needs. And now you are begging Boaka to ask the one from whom that help comes to condemn his own help that he desperately needs. And you think you are thinking politically and you're going to get that. Here's the thing though. In the CPP, when the fight was going on, Benin Ayure was on the Boaka side. Costa was on the Boaka side. Nyomli Kanka Lawrence were on the Boaka side. What did they do? You landed in court, Mr. Fixer. They dealt with you politically and legally in the court. They did everything, in your words, to defame you, to persecute you politically. They did everything. And everything fell flat. And now you are thinking that the Boaka who was quiet, who testified against you in court, because he too, like you, wanted the presidency or has been wanting the presidency. And this Boaka who testified against you, whose surrogates went after you because you people were in a competition, and those were political weaklings he had who were taking the fight to you. He never stopped them because that was something that was benefiting him politically. He never condemned them. He never told them to stop. And now when he has gotten the biggest help of all, you are asking Boakai, Joseph Boakai, to condemn that biggest help that he needs, the very help that you needed to condemn. And you think you are making a legitimate, a reasonable, a logical request here. Do you think you are doing that? Are you thinking, Mr. Fixer? Are you thinking, CPP? And who is the one who signs the press statement anyway? The press statement was signed by Martin Sekula, the guy during the We Are Tired Suffering rally, who was reportedly in charge of the $70,000 and who said his driver ran away with the money and he was not coming through in answering questions. The fact too is that, it was reported that this guy actually ran away with the $70,000, but they were back and forth how he has taken some money. We don't know what the facts are, as we speak, but we know that this guy ran away with some money, maybe all of the money, we don't know, but the CPP said the guy ran away with all of the money. He has gone to Freetown. At some point, he was arrested. But this is the guy who could now manage $70,000 for a We Are Tired Suffering rally. And the money disappeared from his office, and he said it was his driver. This is the guy who is signing a press statement going after Prince Johnson. I understand he is deputy secretary for the Deputy National Secretary General for the CPP. That is his role. He signed this particular press statement going after Boakai. As Deputy National Secretary for the CPP, I'm sure he was involved with discussion or aware, if not involved, was aware of a discussion that they want to bring Johnson on the side, that they wanted Jeremiah Cone. And he too knew all of the things about Prince Johnson, that he is affixing his signature way here, and they want us to believe that. Though they knew those things, and yet they went, and they went anyway to Prince Johnson. And they want us to believe all of those things. They are calling on the Liberal Churches of Council, the Pastoral Network of Liberia, that these people should condemn Prince Johnson. In their statement, they also said the Prince Johnson knows that they mean well when they say they will bring the War and Economic Crimes Court. And Prince Johnson is terrified by that. And that they will keep their promise to the Liberian people that they will bring the War Crime Court. That is why Prince Johnson is going on the attack. But you knew you would bring the War Crime Code, but you went to Prince Johnson anyway. I mean, this is very important for us to emphasize that repeatedly. All right? It is very important for us to mention that. But you went to the very Prince Johnson. In 2017, during the debate, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, his argument when it came to the War Crimes Court was that it's all about economics. And if the Liberian people have jobs, if they are employed, if everybody busy and involved with economic activities, they issue about, War Crime Court. And in fact, in my own presence, Mr. Cummings said, every Liberian has his version of what War Crimes Court means, to them. And I think Mr. Cummings was wrong. War Crimes Code is War Crimes Code. It's a code that provides a platform for those accused of committing heinous crimes during the Liberian Civil War to answer questions. It means nothing else but that. But Mr. Cummings wanted to explain to us that the War Crime Code meant something to people in so many ways. I'm yet to understand that, but we'll leave that debate. But this side, the fixer side, is saying Prince Johnson is doing all this because he's afraid that when they, win the presidency, they will bring the War Crime Code. This is why Prince Johnson is doing all this. Folks, are you listening? So when you want to Prince Johnson support, were you not going to bring the War Crime Code? Because you are saying now he's on Boaka's side. Boaka would not bring the War Crime Code. You will bring the War Crimes Code. So because he knows, Prince Johnson now knows that when your side wins, you will bring the War Crimes Code. That is why he's doing all that he's doing. Are you making us to believe that if you were to get Prince Johnson, you will not bring the War Crimes Code, right? Because you are also saying Prince Johnson supports the side that would not bring the War Crime Code. You will bring the War Crimes Code. And that is why he has chosen not to support you. That is the argument you're making. There's some logic to it, but you are flat. Yes, Prince Johnson supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf twice. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had no interest in the War Crimes Code. Your argument is that because Prince Johnson was on our side. Your argument here is also Prince Johnson supported Weah. Weah has not been able to bring the War Crime Code because Prince Johnson supported him, and that's what Prince Johnson wanted. And so Weah needed to fulfill his side of the bargain. And so you are also saying for Boaka, he will not bring the War Crimes Code. That is why he and Prince Johnson agree on. That is why Prince Johnson is supporting him. So the question is, when you wanted Prince Johnson support, you are telling us that you two were not going to bring the War Crimes Code, right? And because you didn't get Prince Johnson now, you are telling us you will bring the War Crimes Code. So the issue of the War Crimes Code depends on whose support you get and not get, isn't it? And you are telling us that it's a promise that you will keep. And this is how you fix the country, fixer. To the fixer team, this is how you fix the country. And you do not want us to make the analysis. You do not want to dissect the issue for the Liberian people to see these things clearly. Is that what you are telling us? There is a better way always and always. There got to be standards. There must be principles. One must stand for something. Hold on and bear with me here, folks. Hold on and bear with me here.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews.
Hey folks, we are back with you. We just got notification that we have lost the live broadcast on Facebook, but the live broadcast on YouTube is on. I think sometime back we informed you that Facebook, for some reason, has been dealing with us because there was one of our reporters reported a story about a suicide in Bond County and posted a picture of that person who committed the suicide on our page. And Facebook said it has violated their standards. So Facebook has actually been dealing with us. We lost the live broadcast on Facebook, but the one on YouTube is on. But let me conclude. And let me conclude, and Satya will say, let us conclude conclusively. So the fight is on. It's going on. The rescue team and the fixer team, they are at it. But all that we can take away from this is that politicians would do anything to get power. They would do anything and everything to get power. Now, there's this first statement from the CPP telling us all manner of things about Prince Johnson, the Prince Johnson that they wanted, Cummings wanted, CPP wanted. Now they have all manner of things to tell us about Prince Johnson, things that we know. They were prepared to not bring the war crimes court in exchange for Prince Johnson's support. Because they didn't get it now, they are telling us they will bring the war crimes court. They are asking Waka to condemn Prince Johnson. Well, folks, enough self-already. This is Focus on Liberia. We are all about educating, elevating, and promoting all things Liberia. We are a media institution dedicated to truth-telling. We believe in neutrality. We believe that media institutions should have no side. Media institution or any media institution should be able to dissect the issue, do the analysis, report the truth, expose the hypocrisy on each side so that the Liberian people can know who's telling the truth. But it's campaign time and it's only going to get nastier. Who's going to tell the truth? Who's going to hold them accountable? Who's going to point to you what they said yesterday and what they say now? Who will show you their double standards? Why should you even care about the double standard? So, folks, it's going on. Until we catch you again when we do, keep following Focus on Liberia and keep following us always. For we are here for you to provide the analysis, to dissect the issues, to bring the truth to you, to show you what they said yesterday, or to remind you what they said yesterday and what they say now. What they will say tomorrow, in fact, we will tell you. When it suits them, when it benefits their political quest, they dance. Because in this statement, they are accusing Joseph Waka of wanting to dance with any devil because of power. And it's obvious the devil they are talking about here is Prince Johnson. The very Prince Johnson fixer one gave $25,000, and I would not stop saying this because he did it, and that's just the truth. Now, the one you gave $25,000 in the name of education is a murderer today. You are in the business of giving murderers money. You are telling us that they may kill thousands of Liberians or hundreds of Liberians. And this is the man you chose to give money. The man who had rendered Liberians or some Liberians to polarize, fatherless, and monolist. The man for whom some Liberians are living in trauma today. You chose to give him $25,000. You went to him for support. You wanted him to bless you politically. He did not do it, and now you are telling us he's who he actually is. And if you are a fixer supporter, you don't want us to say that, right? Because it hurts you. If it hurts, so be it. That's what the truth does anyway. It hurts. It bites. That's why most people don't like it. But unfortunately, this is what we do. For my Bible is clear that the truth will set you free. If you are a Christian, they say, do not be, I'm not good with that, do not be equally yoked with unbelievers. The Bible said, thou shalt not kill, and whoever kills, I will argue that person is not a believer of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So why would congregation tell you not to kill and you go kill it anyway? And you are saying Prince Johnson is a killer, and yet you have given him money. You wanted his support. You wanted your vice presidential running mate to come from his party. And now, because you didn't get that, you want to tell us this? And you are Mr. Fixer, and you are Mr. Change, and you are the change team. In fact, you are telling us this is real change. And you, I think the scripture said, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. It just came to mind. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Who kills is a violator of the principle of Jesus Christ. Thou shalt not kill in the content commandment is written. And Jesus Christ reminded us, and you were doing business with the killer. We have to stop this fight. We hope we're able to bring clarity to the discussion. And now you know that they are at it now. They will do anything. They will do everything. They will say anything. They will forget about what they did, what they said yesterday. They will forget about who they wanted to do business with yesterday. When they wanted that person was meaningful to them. That person was good for the Liberian people. Like the Bwakasa is telling us, Prince Johnson is good for Liberia. So they have accepted his support. Weah said Prince Johnson was good for Liberia. Ellen Johnson said Prince Johnson was good for Liberia. And did the Liberian people benefit? But I have to leave this and leave this now. Again, this is focused on Liberia, and this is how we will come to an end of yet another analytical edition of the Hour of Politics with me, Anthony C., your guy. I hope I was able to do justice to the discussion, and I hope you were able to learn something today. And until we see you again when we do, remember, Focus on Liberia is about educating, elevating, and promoting all things our dear country, Liberia. The politics must be elevated on truth, on standards, on principles, and not on double standards, and not on sheer hypocrisy. We will not sit here and not hold them accountable on the things they said yesterday that they want us to not remember. We will remind you of those things, hoping that it will help. For it is clear, the truth, the Bible says, will set us free. Let us preach truth. Truth is good. The song says we are all Liberians, and that song is taking us home right now. Whoever wins this presidential election, we will be here to do what we do best. And our nation, Liberia, will stay. And the people of Liberia maybe will remain in the wilderness of poverty and hopelessness. For what I see, and what I know. We are in a difficult place. Our churches are still poor, and our oceans are just that bad. I will leave you now. Enjoy the song, We Are All Liberians, for 1 minute, and think about all that's been said today, and talk to somebody about a better way for our country, Liberia. The song, We Are All Liberians, right now, and bye-bye.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people. Liberia.